Hi there, this is Lee. And this video is actually aimed towards President-elect Donald Trump. I want to wrap a taste to President-elect Donald Trump. I had discussed the Trans-Pacific Partnership many times and how much I did not like it and how much it was just totally against the interest of every American who cared about human rights, environmental rights, worker rights, labor, jobs, infrastructure, sovereignty of our nation, our U.S. Constitution, things like that. Anyone who had any interest in any of these things. And so Donald Trump agreed. And apparently he meant what he said. He was against the Trans-Pacific Partnership on the campaign trail. He was against NAFTA, and he's against Trans-Pacific Partnership now, apparently. There's been an announcement by the Republican Congress that there would not be a vote taken on the Trans-Pacific Partnership or an effort to ratify it in the lame duck session. And there seems to be agreement all around that this will not pass or be considered in the lame duck session. And hopefully not ever. And so I think that's a great that Donald Trump kept his word on that. He did what he said he was going to do. I've seen some articles where people tried to not give him credit, saying that, well, it was the grassroots and we are the ones who stopped TTIP. And I'm not too convinced about that because there have been protests against TTIP all this year, all last year. There were no TTIP signs held up at the DNC for Hillary Clinton's coronation, and those signs were snatched out of people's hands. And so the grassroots have been protesting all this year. But however, it was not until Donald Trump was elected as the president for 2016 that the announcement came that it will not go forward. And so, we have to give props where props are due. And I'm willing to do that for one. Donald Trump was my second choice behind Jill Stein, who is definitely 100% against the Trans-Pacific Partnership. But, we give props where props are due them. Also, there are a couple of other trade deals, a TISA, Trade and Services Agreement, which is also suffering from the same obscene clause, the investor-state dispute settlement. Definitely of concern. And then also the TTIP, the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. Thankfully, the European Union, the citizens have been campaigning against TTIP while we've been preoccupied with the TPP. But now we can hold up our end and actually address those trade deals too that we also do not want. So I said before that the answer to TPP for the United States is Jill Stein's Green New Deal. And I still mean that. I still feel that the Green New Deal definitely addresses in much better way that's respectful of our workers, our environment, our human rights, our sovereignty as a nation, and our job structures, bringing jobs back to America, jobs, which is what people want. Definitely in the Rust Belt, in Pennsylvania, in Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, states that went for Donald Trump for a reason. He won those states, they turned red, and the reason why is jobs, and people want their jobs back. The Green New Deal does that, and definitely in a much better way than the Trans-Pacific Partnership ever would. It decentralizes wealth rather than transferring wealth, continuing to transfer wealth up to the 1%, which is what the TPP would have done, giving more power to mega corporations away from the 99%. The Green New Deal decentralizes this wealth. It puts more money into workers' hands, through jobs. We can earn wealth, we can buy homes, we can pay more taxes and property taxes, stimulate the economy, send our children to school, pay off our own student debts, etc. And so Jill Stein has a link to the Green New Deal, a very detailed description on her website, jill2016.com/Green New Deal. There's a PDF there that's available. And there's a short introduction kind of linking the Green New Deal to Franklin Delano Roosevelt's New Deal and how it's time to update that New Deal for green energy, infrastructure, updating our infrastructure, strengthening it, retrofitting it for new energy type of sources to run it. Our bridges, our highways, our dams, our rivers, our streets, everything, our communication systems, everything gets covered by the Green New Deal. And so the Green New Deal is a way to invest in sustainable businesses. It's a way to move to 100% clean energy by 2030. To create commissions for economic democracy, to train, to establish renewable energy administration, and to end unemployment in America. We actually have the technical knowledge to implement all these advances in renewable energy, clean energy. We have the technical know-how today. It's not unknown. It's being done already in certain states. Iowa is one where there's wind farms that put Iowa first in the nation for clean energy generation per capita. Texas as well. People associate Texas with fossil fuels, but Texas is first in the nation for wind energy generation. I think they're close to the top in terms of solar as well. I mean, these installations definitely could work in our western states as well, South Dakota, North Dakota, Idaho. Anywhere that there's available space, available sun, available wind, it can be done. Even in Iowa, they're using corn for a type of fuel as well. So it's the technical know-how. We have that. We also have the human resources and the manpower. We have people who are capable of working with their hands, working scientifically, working administratively in these fields. We also have the money. People say that we don't, but we do. The money can be found. Jill Stein is proposing to establish a sales tax on Wall Street, transaction tax, and then possibly a reduction in military spending. Whereas if NATO is increasing its military spending to carry out its own end in terms of military defense, if we're not so preoccupied with being the world's policeman, we can definitely pour that money into a Green New Deal, creating jobs, advancing North America's standing in terms of energy generation, new energy generation for energy independence. So we don't have to attack the Middle East constantly to grab their resources. We have domestic resources. And so this is also one way to deal with the climate crisis. But again, it's about jobs too as well. And so I think it's possible to have both jobs and a clean environment. And then there's also specifics like investing in offshore wind, public jobs programs, building up our railroads, our transit, mass transit, energy efficiency, retrofitting, weatherization, all these things, complete streets. So there's many jobs available under this Green New Deal, and definitely the Trump campaign was a campaign for jobs. This is one strategy that I would really like to see the Trump campaign consider It's all spelled out. I'll leave a link in the description. Hopefully, this will be seen and considered. I'd really like for that to happen if there is some way that that can be done. Thank you.